Hello everyone, here is my comic book flip through of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #2, second print. Okay, the second printing of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #2 was limited to 30,000 copies and was published in January of 1985. So on the inside front cover, this is where the majority, if not the only differences between this and the first printing exist. Right here, you'll notice right off the bat, you've got Leonardo in this drawing. There's a word balloon that says second printing in January of 1985. The other difference is there was another drawing of a turtle here in this block, but in the second printing it was replaced by an ad for the Ninja Turtles 25mm metal miniatures that were done by Dark Horse Studios way back when. And I was fortunate enough to purchase several sets of these. You can probably still find them somewhere on eBay, but look at the pricing, $3.75 for a set of 4. Now the first printing of Ninja Turtles #2, if you watched my other video on the first print, that was limited to 15,000 copies, so half the print run of the second edition, the second printing. And here we see the first appearance of Turtle Tracks, which became sort of the letter column for the Ninja Turtle comics. And you've got, you know, letters that were mailed in old school back then to Mirage Studios, and they went ahead and reproduced those. You've got a letter from Michael Dooney here, who eventually became one of the artists and writers for some of the Ninja Turtle comics. He was doing Gizmo back then, and he had come in and had done a few issues of the Ninja Turtles comics and became one of the regular artists for many of the different volumes of the Ninja Turtle comics that had been done by Mirage and some of the other publishers. Appearance of Baxter Stockman and his Mousers. I always thought this was sort of a sad scene where they show the mouse being eaten by one of the Mousers. It's either a mouse or a rat. Here we see April O'Neil. Once again, great use of the duotone shading system that graced the majority of the early issues of the Ninja Turtle comics. Hardly ever seen in any other of the competing black and white comics that were being published around the same time. Here we see the meeting of the Ninja Turtles in April for the first time. This was kind of neat, where they're explaining the origin to April of the Ninja Turtles, and it says, for the origin story of Splinter and the Turtles, see issue #1. 1 hour later. Again, the issue was printed on a newsprint, and it did have its fair share of quality control issues, as you can kind of see. Some of the panels were cut a little too high up here. Some of the alignment's off a little bit. There's a lot of variation, I think, in different copies. I think they went ahead and just kind of kept the best ones that they could, and the ones that didn't quite make the cut, they actually, I believe, threw them away. The Ninja Turtles versus the Mousers. This is a great splash page right here. No word balloons or any dialogue. Just a bunch of Mousers and the Turtles. And here we are at the end of the issue. And continuation of the letter column. Okay, this one apparently was authored by Peter. A little ad for Raphael, the one-shot micro series that was also printed on oversized. They did 4 of these, what they called micro series, one issue featuring one of the Ninja Turtles, and Raphael was the first one that came out, and the only one that was printed in the 7x10 oversized format. Again, t-shirt iron-ons, and here's the very first pinup page. This one by Peter and Brad Foster, 1984. One comment about the cover on issue number 2. The cover on issue number 2 differs from the other 4 first issues of the Ninja Turtles that were done on the oversized. It's not a glossy cover. It's a little more newsprinty than the other ones, including number 1. It's not glossy at all. It's very flat. There's no shine to it. A little bit of a shine there, but compared to number 1, 3, and 4, the paper quality is definitely a little less than those particular issues. And that wraps up my comic book flip through of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 2 second print. Thanks for watching.